Hey, it's Elliot Wilson from Rap Radar, and me and my partner B. Miller. And you know we got the premier website out there, rapradar.com. And now we're about to take over the podcast game. We're gonna sit down with the culture's most important voices and give you that news and information, that opinion. The only opinion that matters, man, here at Rap Radar. Listen up. Here we go. Yeah, Rap Radar Podcast is Elliot Wilson.
I'm Brian B. Miller.
B. I'm honored to say that this episode is sponsored by
Who?
Lyft.
Lyft?
L-Y-F-T, baby.
Yo.
I made the switch, B.
Really? Good for you.
You know I don't drive, man. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm 45 years old. I'm from Queens, New York. I don't know how to drive.
Right.
I need car service.
All the time.
All the time. Unless I take the train, I try to be with the people.
Very rare.
People be like, you take the train?
Seeing you on a train is rare, though, Elliot.
So I'm always looking for reliable car services. So far, Lyft has not let me down, man.
Check you out, man.
Even the other weekend, we took Danielle to the train station. She had to take a train to D.C., not to put my wife's business out there.
Right.
Nice gentleman, Ming, came, picked us up, man. Put everything, got the pack. You know, sometimes the driver doesn't want to help you with the bags and stuff like that.
Right.
Not my man Ming, he did his thing.
Ming was holding you down?
You know what I like about it, too? Like, they also have this thing where you rate the driver after, and you also can be like, you know, besides giving how many stars the driver gets, it has, like, what could he improve on? So this is, like, navigation, cleanliness,
right?
You know, friendliness. Like, so I think that's just real hands-on, man. I like Lyft. And we had a great call with the people behind the company, right?
I should have took Lyft here to the office today, to the studio. Because, you know, I drive to the city from time to time, but I hate doing it.
Yeah, no one drives in
New York. There's nowhere to
park.
I hate it.
These car services rule the world, baby.
Lyft. Let's
get it. You got to roll with the winners, man. Lyft is the new winners in town, man. I love Lyft, man. I'm about to be a believer. They put us down with the family. We got secret codes and shit.
Yeah, they gave us a nice promo package and everything. So what we get with this, man?
Yo, we try to build a movement, man. Like I said, we got friendly, knowledgeable, and happy drivers. You know, you can't get any more better value than when Lyft is providing because it's fast, it's convenient, it's affordable. We have an exclusive offer, though, coming from Rap Radar.
For our listeners?
You ready for this? For our listeners?
Okay.
You can save $10 on each of your first free rides. That's a $30 savings. For a shorter trip, that might be a totally free ride. Like, if you take a trip that's only $10 or less.
So if you're going to get that.
Cost you nothing. Your favorite word, B. Nothing.
It's free. So you mean to tell me if you're getting that, you know, that late night creep from old girl.
If she lives close.
If she lives a couple blocks away, that might be free. I'm with it.
You always tend to creep with someone close to where you live, though.
Exactly.
Okay, I don't know if Lyft wants to promote that, but still. You might want to see your moms. Might want to go check your moms out real quick.
That works, too.
There you go. Whatever it is, man. But make sure you follow the Rap Radar podcast, man. You will save $10 on each of your first free rides. Just go to Lyft.com. That's LYFT.com/radar. Our favorite /radar. LYFTRADAR. The combination, man. Lyft.com/radar. Enter your phone number, and you'll get a message to activate your offer. That's Lyft.com/radar. Don't wait. The amazing offer won't last. It's only for our listeners, B-Dot.
I like that, man.
Rap Radar, man. Rap Radar and Lyft, man.
Nice.
So, B-Dot, speaking of nice, man, Yo Gotti. Best Yo Gotti interview ever, man. Streets is talking.
Hey, Gotti said so himself when he was leaving, man.
He did. I actually ran to him where did I run into him in? Detroit. And his man, I forget his man's name, but he's always by his side. He's like, yo, when we came out there, he told me that might be his best interview. I was like, all right. Vida asking him them probing questions. What was the one, Carson, when you said, do we have to run this one?
I think it was something about
a ransom one? Was the ransom
one? Yeah.
He said that in his rhymes.
Our man Brian Carson, the engineer, he's like, you want to use that part where you talked about the ransom?
Hey, I didn't make that shit up, man. It happened. It's in the music.
He answered it, man. You know Yo Gotti's a straight shooter, man.
But your guys had the TV going nuts, man.
Yeah, we got a documentary, too. Yo, I told them there's so much going on with we did the podcast, which was amazing. The album finally came out, The Art of Hustle. Yep. Make sure you pick it up.
It's really good.
Strong album, right?
Really good.
It might be his best album.
I agree.
You know, in such a long career. So it's just great to see. It's not even just the Down with the DM record, which is huge. It's that he's got a full body of work that's really great also. Yeah. And this documentary, man, Born Hustler, me and Danielle executive produced it, just like the Future doc. L.A. Reid, Sylvia Rome, Michael Hershon, they always behind it. My man Taylor directed it again. Benjamin, you know, BMI, he helped out. You know, he's my Memphis Connect. A lot of great people worked on it. It took a lot of work, long time coming, finally coming out. So it's just so dope that everything was aligned with the podcast, the documentary, the new album. Gotti Nation, baby.
Timing is important. Speaking of which, leads us to our next guest.
You're really happy, but look at that smile.
Man, I feel like
I don't know who's happy, our photographer Vivian or B-Dot. Look at B-Dot smile right now. He's happy right now.
Yeah,
He's
man.
cheesing. You cheesing B-Dot. Why, baby?
I'm like a kid at Christmas, man.
Are we gonna tell our guests the fight that we had about him this past year?
We will. This guy's the hottest thing to come out of.
Of course, we did the Rap Radar year-end list. We had the best R&B albums, and this is the only list that me and B-Dot fought over. I gave it to The Weeknd as number one. He wanted our next guest to be number one, Bryson Tiller. Tiller came in at number two. B-Dot was very upset.
The hottest thing.
B-Dot was adamant. He's hard. He's mad. Trap soul.
Why not?
Bryson Tiller's gonna be here.
The hottest thing out of Kentucky since Muhammad Ali.
He's Louisville, Kentucky. He's from Louisville, Kentucky.
Yes.
Young Cassius Clay, 23 years old.
I like this guy.
He's got the coolest nicknames: Pen Griffey.
Yep.
Young Tiller.
I brought my bat so he could sign it. Actually.
Yo, he's here, man. He's already here. B-Dot. This guy doesn't do a lot of interviews. This guy's like mysterious, man. I'm scared.
There's only a few interviews that are online, and I'm really excited because he's, like I said, he's one of the hottest guys in the game right now. His music is...
His ticket sales are through the roof, man. Everyone's paying to see this guy live.
He has a show tonight, actually, here in New York City at Webster Hall.
2 sold-out shows back-to-back, and he already booked Radio City.
Yep.
2 months from now in April. First show's already sold out. They have to add another show.
I think tickets went online today, right?
Yeah.
Both sold out immediately.
They both sold out? No, they both sold out?
Wow.
Another sellout.
And that's
sold out Tiller, man.
That's no small feat.
What do you think it is about him? I mean, we're going to get to see what he thinks about it, but what do you think it is about why people sort of galvanizing behind him right now? Bryson
I think
Tiller?
it's the relatability of his music. I think it's palpable. It's reminiscent of Drake, The Weeknd, Party Next Door, but I think he's just doing it with his own little flavor and style to it.
Authenticity.
Yeah, it's just a little bit different, and I think that's the reason why people fuck with him. What about you? What do you think?
I think that's it. I think the mystique also is helping too. I think there's a lot of mysterious vibe to it. I think he's a hard worker. I think he just wrote great songs too. I mean, Don't is just a great writer. I mean, Don't is just a great song. His pen game is strong.
Right.
I think Chris Brown used one of his songs recently now on his new album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just think it's the writing, man. I think he has the songs, and I think that the way he's carrying himself is a very cool, like not overexposing. Like it feels just very organic and real.
Super organic. Like I was telling you yesterday, it almost feels like I'm getting So Far Gone vibes. Like it's no big rollout. It's kind of real word of mouth, really organic grassroots kind of campaign behind him. So yeah, I'm excited to talk to him. And like you said, there's not too many interviews out there, so I think we could get some good things out of him.
Damn, man, the pressure's on, man.
I'm excited. I'm excited, man.
Well, we stay working, man. I was just on the road, man. You once said you wanted to ask me about my experiences on the road, brother.
This weekend, what's going on? Where did you go?
I don't know if I could talk about that, B-Dot.
Well, I saw you with Future.
Me and Future, we hung out a little bit. You know,
Okay.
he's on tour, the Purple Rain tour. We might be working on something, man. You know.
How many cities did you go to?
I went to Madison, Wisconsin.
Okay.
Incredible place. Then I went to Chicago. And then I went to Detroit. But Ravy B, man, she's on the road. She's working for Future.
Everywhere?
She's hitting Indianapolis. Like, she's got the staff pass. I had, like, the guest VIP. She has, like, the staff pass.
It sounds like you're on a presidential campaign,
I'm saying, man. But nah, Future's out there. He's working, man. That guy's, like, he won't stop, man. He's a machine, man.
Did you get a good night's rest?
Barely, man. Barely.
Really?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you what you should have done.
Uh-oh.
You should have got hollered at Lisa.
Lisa's back?
I slept on a Lisa mattress because they're holding us down again.
Take that course, and you can't stop us, man. Lisa, baby.
They're holding us again down this week. Lisa, L-E-E-S-A.
L-E-E-S-A.
Yes.
Lisa.
Because my dyslexia is flaring right now. At least it's not your typical mattress company. It's made here in America, 100%.
So they're the hot new mattress out there in the
yes.
streets?
I love
Lisa?
I love a good night's sleep, man. And Lisa holds you down. Like they have
That's the best thing the worst thing when you travel. You can't really ever get any good rest, man.
Yo, these hotels, they feel like cots, man. I feel like going to Central Booking with some of these hotels. Like, yo, is this a Lisa or nah?
It's not Lisa quality.
It's not Lisa quality, Lisa levels.
Because they don't even child like risk free, right? If you don't like it, you send it back, cost you nothing, right?
100%, man. Also, it's a 3 foam layers. I like a nice soft bed. Some people like them hard. Me, I like it soft. I want to feel like memory foam style. You know what I mean?
What did B-Dot know about that memory
What
foam?
you know? What you talking about, man? And for our listeners, you get $75 off your order.
Woo!
When you go to Leesa, LEESA.com/radar.
Radar.
You get your $75 off.
$75. Yo, our listeners get some sweet deals out here, man.
Today.
So if you're not a believer, man, make sure you check out Leesa, man. Mattress is going to change your life, man. Nothing more important than good rest, man. You have to have the right bed, the right foundation, get a good night's sleep, man. Leesa's not going to steer you wrong. If you don't like it, you can send it back. You will be satisfied. Make sure you go to Leesa.com/radar. Radar. Tell them about Radar sent you.
Yep.
So, all right, man, I think it's time, man. We can't stall this anymore.
I think it's time that we do it. I'm excited. Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. Yo, nobody books guests like us, man. I just want to say before we start this, man, no one books guests like us. Let's be serious.
Hey,
man.
you said it, man.
We haven't even done 40 episodes yet. The quality of guests that we've booked on the show.
And our quality of listeners. We got the best listeners.
The best listeners, man.
On iTunes, man.
All right, man. We're going to come right back with Bryson Tiller.
Yeah.
Rap Radar Podcast.
Introducing Play.it, a podcast network like no other. From award-winning news programming and #1 sports brands to entertainment and business leaders, Play.it is delivering storytelling at its best.
We're going to be having conversations with newsmakers and culture shapers.
I will be talking mostly about fashion and how I've been marketing all of my life.
Tech, culture, and entrepreneurship.
Everything in the world of sports entertainment and wrestling and beyond.
Hear what you've been missing at Play.it.
Hey, it's Sully Wilson from Rap Radar. And me and my partner, B. Miller, man. With the only opinion that matters, man, here at Rap Radar. Yes, we got Bryson Tiller here. What's up, sir?
What up, though?
How was DC last night, man? You tearing the road down out here, man.
Trying my best.
What's that transition been? Because, like, I know you were saying, like, you hadn't performed for a long time. Like, it's new to you.
Yeah.
Like, what's that process been like? Honing into being a good performer.
I've been adjusting, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to get used to being on the road every day, and you know what I mean. I don't know. It's like a job. It is like a lot like a job, like working a 9 to 5. But obviously, I love it more than.
Is it what you thought it would be, or is it like what's different about it than maybe you imagined? Because I'm sure you imagine being like the big star hitting the road, you know, doing these dates.
Yeah, it is what I thought. It is what I thought it would be, but it's just. One thing that sucks is that, you know what I mean, that I'm not home. That I'm used to just coming home from work and just seeing my daughter and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
right.
I don't know, it's just weird, like not being able to come home from work and see my daughter. Like I gotta wait like a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Instead of one day.
You ever thought about bringing her on the road with you, or?
I am, but only when I can like afford to get my own tour bus, like so she can just run around that whole tour bus by herself and put my boys on the other tour bus.
Right. We're going to get there soon. But
one day.
Not too far. It's not too far away, baby.
The way things are going, man. Another sold-out show. We got a sold-out show tonight.
Yeah.
And then you got Radio City.
Yeah, I got a show tonight and tomorrow.
Sold
and then
out.
I got Radio City sold out and 2 nights in a row.
Wow.
Why do you think the demand, I mean, obviously you make great music, but why do you think people are connecting so much that the demand is so high to see you live right now?
I really don't know. I really don't. I'm confused. I'd be confused when Neil comes up to me and is just like, yo, you sold this out. I'm just like, for real? Like, I didn't think I was going to sell Radio City, though.
Do you get blown away like you see the resale prices? You know how the world we're in now.
I hate when they do that. I hate when they resell it. Because then people will, like, look at me crazy. They just like, yo, you think you worth $300? And I'm just like, that's not me. Like, who 30, but,
it's not my decision, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Right.
I saw you, man. You saw the Chicago show. Was it Chicago? You put the last IG you put up? Did you check my man out?
Nah, which one?
He caught a bra with one hand.
Oh, yeah. What city? I forget where that was.
That was so smooth, man. How'd you do that, man, with the left hand?
She just threw it at me. I don't know. That's really all her doing. But yeah, just like swung around my arm. I was like, what the hell? So I just.
Did you realize it was a bra at first, or you just kind of grabbed?
I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what. And then I looked down and I saw pink. And I was like, oh.
You didn't miss a note, though.
That was crazy. I started laughing right after that.
Was that the weirdest moment yet on tour?
That's why I posted it. I was like, this is crazy.
There's only been a couple dates so far on the tour, correct?
Nah, we like a little bit over half.
Oh, wow.
Halfway in.
What was the first? I think first show was in Portland. Like, what was that like?
That was dope. That was like the best, one of the best, top 5 for sure.
Really? Because people always say the first show is just kind of more like the warm up, but you feel like
it was, but it was just so live. Like Portland was just turned up.
Damn, it's crazy.
Portland.
Portland, who knows?
Portland.
I remember on Trap Soul on you said you were talking about like how you used to do this shit for fun. Now what's the difference between then and now?
Like I said, I remember I used to like low key cut school just to go record music. Like it used to be like right after school, I just like rush over to the studio. I had to catch like 2 buses, and I go all the way to the studio to record, and then I go to school, and then like I wouldn't have school clothes and stuff because I like ran away from home and stuff, so I didn't have that many school clothes. So I like wore like black skinny jeans like to school, and they be like, "Hey, you can't wear those," and I was just like, "All right, well, I guess I'll just leave then." That was just like an excuse for me to leave and go to the studio. So I was like, "All right," I went to the studio, just recorded all morning. So yeah, like I used to just do it like more so like just like I said, just for fun. You know what I'm saying? Just like if anybody hears it, I just hope you hear it and like it or whatever. Versus now where I just like it's a job. Man. Right.
Coming from where you from, you talk about this a lot, from Kentucky, and you said like on 502, you talk about like come up. Yeah, you talk about like it's hard for young black men to come up out of here. Why is that so much? I never been to Kentucky, so I don't know what it's like.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? You never been to Kentucky.
Right.
It's hard, you know what I'm saying? Like not like no music industry cats really come through there. It's crazy though, because when I was talking to T.I., I was like, "Yo, you ever been to Louisville?" He was like, "Yeah, I love Louisville, man." I was like, but that's because Louisville really loves Atlanta, anything that comes out of Atlanta. But yeah, it's just hard. Like there's only a few people that made it out of Louisville. Nappy Roots, familiar with them?
They're from
a few of them are. And Static Major,
right?
He was in the group Player. They all from Louisville.
Of course, this boxer guy Ali.
Oh yeah,
he was pretty
Muhammad
good. That guy was pretty
Jennifer Lawrence.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's from Louisville.
You got some nice alumni right there.
Yeah.
So did you go back home for like Christmas time? Like what was that? What was that experience like?
Man, that was the best. That was the best time ever. Like that was the best Christmas I ever had in my life. I promised myself I would never talk about it, but like I did like this like Secret Santa type thing. Okay. And like one day I just woke up and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just go around just to random grocery stores and just pay for everybody's stuff. And then they just, I don't know, some people like recognize me and then some people didn't. Yeah. And I thought that was, I was one of the people that didn't recognize me, so they wouldn't just like expect it. So I just went up and just paid for everybody's stuff, and I went to like a few barbershops and stuff. So, and then my daughter, she's 2 years old now, so now like she's she can like open presents, and then like she knows what she's getting versus last year she was just kind of like, she was more concerned with the paper, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just the ambiance, everything.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So this was the best Christmas ever.
Right.
That's crazy.
Now this year you don't have to work 3 jobs or anything.
Yeah, last Christmas was crazy.
I remember you said that on IG.
Yeah, it was on. I put it on Twitter because it was crazy because I asked my boy for like, I was like, yo, bro, I quit my job. You know what I mean? I don't know if you Timberland told me to quit my job and stuff, but it wasn't really working out. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I had to go back to Louisville. So when I got back to Louisville, I didn't have no job no more. I couldn't afford Christmas presents. So everybody who I told I was quitting my job to do music was looking at me crazy. They was like, oh, wow, this is the type of father. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to quit your job that you worked hard to get for music, blah, blah, blah. So I went and asked one of my best friends. I was like, yo, you know what I mean? Could you help me out? And he gave me like $400 to buy my daughter this like a real expensive kitchen play set type thing. So the next morning I called him up. I was like, yo, thank you, man. I appreciate it. How was he has 2 kids too. And I was like, how was the boys' Christmas? And he was like, oh, they got to wait till next Friday when I get paid. I was like, I gave them their Christmas money. Wow. I was like, what?
Wow.
So he been telling me he been wanting an Xbox One for the longest. So I have an Xbox One. Yeah. So I just unplugged my shit immediately and I just drove it over to him. I was like, Merry Christmas, bro. I'm sorry that you I don't even know why he did that, but I don't know.
Word.
Now you believe.
Yeah, you had to believe. You have a crazy story, man. Like, there's a lot of things. You talk about Timberland.
Yeah.
And that infamous, he's told you to quit your job and things like that. But when you did go meet him and things didn't work out, like, when he told you to go home, what was going through your mind at that time?
I was depressed. I was just like, wow. I was just like, what am I going to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I quit my job. I don't know, man. But, like, I just told him on the phone recently. Me and Tim was good, by the way, but right. I just told him on the phone recently. I was like, yo, thank you for telling me to quit my job, because if I didn't quit my job, I would have just, like I said, I would have been back in Louisville. I would have never recorded all the songs that I recorded after that, you know what I'm saying? Let Them Know was, like, one of the next songs that I recorded. I just wouldn't have, because I wouldn't have been able to afford another laptop, because my laptop actually crashed completely, you know what I mean, after I recorded Don't.
Wow.
which is why Don't is so short, because I couldn't finish the song.
Are we going to hear the longer version?
Well, the thing is, I wrote the longer version, and I couldn't record the rest, so I had to like chop it up and make Don't. I had to make that the hook and stuff.
Gotcha.
Why do you think that song ended up being your breakthrough?
I don't know, man. Yeah. I really don't. Like, people always ask me, like, what's my secret? And I'm just like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just I put it online and just went.
What made you think with the arrangement of just kind of coming in with the lyrics right away? Was that something you toyed with, or that was always felt right? It
just felt right as soon as I played the beat. Usually, like when I record, I just like start spitting melodies over the beat and stuff. So that was the first thing that came to my mind.
Don't play with it.
Yeah. I said something stupid though at first. I was like, hey with it, and I said Black Cinderella or something like that, and I was like, nah, it don't make sense.
You said that like, you said like some of the old stuff you did when you still was building your skill. You didn't like because some of the lyrics you felt were kind of corny like that. Like,
yeah,
you're more proud of your writing now.
Yeah, because like I was just saying things that I thought people wanted to hear. Like and I was young, you know what I'm saying, just like saying stuff. Trying to just like, that was like hashtag flow back then. I'm just like, yeah, can't bag me groceries. I'm like, just saying stuff like that.
It's funny because I was listening to Killer Instinct, you know, and it has a lot of Lil Wayne influences and stuff like that.
For sure.
But in an interview, you said that you know you took the same approach with Trap Soul that you did with Killer Instinct. Like, how so? Because it's like they feel like night and day.
I'm trying to figure out when I said that and why I said that.
Yeah, you said
just to mess with you.
It's like you made it the same way you made Trap Soul. I didn't understand that because I was like,
I think maybe what I meant was like I started off like recording a few songs just like to make them, you know, and next thing you know, I just started making all these other songs that I just felt like came to, like, I don't know, I feel like the reason why I originally started calling Trap Soul a mixtape was because it had a whole bunch of different types of vibes on there, you know what I'm saying? Like a different, I don't know. So that's why I felt like it was similar to Killer Instinct, because Killer Instinct just has a whole bunch of different stuff. Like I was just trying whatever, you know what I'm saying?
But there's like a 4-year gap between from that release to where we at with Trap Soul. What was going on during that period? You were just disenchanted with music? Or?
Honestly, what happened was after that, and I didn't get signed after that mixtape, but I don't know, I guess the people around me just kind of started losing faith in me. I don't know, like the person that was mixing my music stopped mixing my music, so I used to just like record songs. He'd still let me record sometimes, but he just never mixed nothing, and I obviously didn't have enough money to pay him because I didn't have a job. I was like selling hooks for like $150 and stuff like that. But those didn't come around too often. People used to complain, they'd be like, $150, you tripping, ETC. but nah. So
they beg for that now.
Right.
So, yeah. Nah, that was actually a dude that hit me up recently talking about, yo, is it still 150? I was like,
you better put a comma behind that.
I just laughed.
He's like, call Neil right now. Call Neil immediately.
But nah, so like I just started to just put like unmixed songs on SoundCloud and stuff, just not even caring. I was just like saying whatever. And then I found out I was having a daughter. I was like, you know what? I ain't got time to just do music, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I might as well just go focus, get a job, you know what I'm saying? I put in an application for UPS, got hired on the spot. And I was just working there for like 2 years, grinding out. Wow. Just, you know what I'm saying, doing my thing.
Papa John's.
I eventually, UPS wasn't enough. I was like, all right, let me go to Papa John's. That's a full-time job, because UPS was a part-time. So I went to Papa John's, and I was only there for a month, you know what I mean, before I dropped Don't. Yeah. But in the summertime of 2014 is when I was talking to my boy. He was like, yo, you need to do music again. You know what I'm saying? My daughter's mother been telling me to do music again, and I was just like, I am, but I got to do it when, you know what I'm saying, my head is clear and things is right. And I was just like, you know what, why not right now? So I started ordering stuff. These two dudes I know, they gave me $600. One gave me $300, the other gave me $300. And I bought a bunch of stuff from eBay. Like I said, I already had that laptop, which is a shitty laptop. My bad for cussing. But anyway,
good.
So
please curse.
So yeah, like I said, I made the Don't song, and then it took me a while. Like
you took it down, right?
I put it up, and then I took it down. I was like, nah, this ain't it, bro. Like, ain't nobody liking this shit. So I took it off, and then next thing you know, one of the dudes gave me the money for the laptop. I mean, not the laptop, but all the equipment and stuff. He hit me up. He was like, yo, I've been playing that for everybody on UK campus. They love it, etc. And I was like, all right, cool, I'm going to put it back up. And I put it up, 10,000 in the first week. 10,000 plays in the first week, and I was like, this is weird. I don't know.
You said
confused.
2 rappers wanted to get on it, but
yeah, that's the reason why I was discouraged and stuff, because I sent it to 2 dudes, and they were just like, oh, it's cool. You know what I mean?
Cool.
And they just didn't want. I was like, you want to get on it? Because I felt like it needed them.
Right.
And
are these guys that we know? Like,
nah, you don't know them. They just like 2.
We never will.
Who knows? One of them, actually, they're both talented, so you might.
Hey, you never know.
But you kept the guy with the Houston touch to it on the song, right? How did that come about?
So, like I said, the song was super short. After I said, "Oh, baby," it ended right there, and that was it, and it was just the beat. So I was like, "Dang, I can't do nothing with this."
This can't be an interlude.
So, I went to this dude's studio, and like I said, I'd already had the song, and there was this dude named King Vory, and I made a song with him called "Break Bread." And then he played me the beat. He was playing some of his stuff. I was like, yo, you dope, bro. And then he was like, yo, I did this. I played him the Don't song. I was like, yo, this is the only like recent song that I did. And he was like, yo, I did the same beat. I was like, for real? So he played it for me, and it was like, H-Town got me feeling so thrilled.
Over the same track?
Yeah, over the same exact beat. And I was like, eventually I was like, yo, let's just combine them. You know what I mean?
Sounds good, too.
Yeah, I was
because that was your nightmare, right? Like trying to fight for beats in that SoundClick world.
Yeah, that was the last beat that I ever got from SoundClick.
Wow.
That's a pretty good beat, though.
Yeah, I know, right?
What's your recording process like? Is it like, you pen and pad or?
What I do is I just play the beat. I'll just go through life and just like if I experience something, like I'll write down like a line about that experience. You know what I'm saying? And I just jot it down in my notes, just like you got.
Right.
And then I'll go back. I'll listen to the beat and I'll just be like, which one of these lines fits this beat best or this vibe best? And then I'll just build a song around it. Like I did that with Exchange. I did it with all my songs damn near, but Exchange is like one of the main ones. Cause I remember I just tweeted "Give me all of you" in exchange for me like a long time ago.
Wow.
And then I was just reading that tweet and just thinking about how I was feeling when I tweeted that, and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna make a song about this situation.
Wow. From a tweet.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I love that. So is that how Penn Griffey? Because I know you're not too big into sports.
I'm not.
But it's kind of ironic. Your name is Penn Griffey.
It is, yeah. Because it started off as like a bar, like a punchline. When I was writing Sorry Not Sorry, I was at work, and I was just like making little bars and stuff, and I said, yeah, some Penn Griffey, because I don't know, hits or something like that.
Well, you wear caps a lot.
Yeah, yeah. So, and then next thing you know, it just became like an alias, and I just, like I said, I love Lil Wayne. He's one of those people that has like a lot of aliases and nicknames. Yeah. So.
Why did you say that part in that song where you was like, I feel like Wayne, Carter 3, Carter 4, where's Carter 5? Like, what is? Because
he was just hitting his stride, you know what I'm saying? Just kept going, and like that's how I feel every time I'm in the studio. Just keep making. Anytime I just get a beat that's just dope, like that's why I just always got to show love to these producers, man. Because like even when I'm doubting myself, like a producer send me some dope beat, and it'll just make me it'll just revamp me, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yeah, I'm tripping, you know what I mean? And I just go in there and just come off easy.
And you say Soulja Boy was like, did you copy his template for success, or like talk about
basically like that's the reason why he's one of my inspirations, because like that was a dude, like I was on MySpace, you know what I'm saying? Right. And I saw him go from not that many friends on MySpace to having 1 million friends on MySpace. Right. I'm just like, wow, like I just watched this dude blow up right in front of my face. That was like cool. So I think that's why people gravitate towards my music so much now, because it's kind of similar. Like, you know what I mean? You can go on my Instagram and go back and see when I was working at UPS and just living a normal life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Child being born.
Yeah, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? My daughter was a lot younger. So, man, just watching him do it was crazy. So I'm just like, now I was kind of similar. You know what I'm saying? I blew up from the internet. So
it's funny because you say that, because it's like, there's 1 million people on SoundCloud, right? But it's like, how do you get the attention and the interest like that you gravitated to? Because it feels like your buzz is really organic and grassroots.
Yeah. I feel like Vine helped out a lot.
Right.
Vine helped out a lot. It didn't help me like the way it helped like Coco and stuff like that. Because, you know, Coco was like real big on Vine. And I feel like now like people are making more like funny videos and stuff now. So like about like Don't and stuff like that and memes and stuff. Like it wasn't like that at first. But
what was the Vine for Don't? I didn't see that back then.
No, there was a bunch of like little people like try to make something funny, but it wasn't really sticking. You know what I'm saying? Versus now to where it's just like everybody gets it right away.
Where the pauses are with the record.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like even on I'll go to different stations like around the US, and they'll all like play a game of like who can catch the Don't at the end. And it's crazy how like that's becoming like a thing, and I think that's dope.
Right. But it's like, do you feel it's almost like word of mouth? Because I was saying earlier
definitely.
before you came, the last time I felt this way is probably with Drake So Far Gone. Like
somebody said it earlier.
It's the truth because it's like I heard about it, but you don't have the radio. Well, now you do. But the radio wasn't really playing with you. It was just all about, yo, you heard about this Bryson Tiller guy? Things like that.
Nah, like that's why I love SoundCloud so much. You know what I'm saying? Because it has the option. It's kind of like Twitter, but like instead of tweets, it's sounds. You know what I'm saying? So I remember when they first created, I made mine right away. And it was just like something like you could just record on it, and it was like a voice memo app or something like that. And then it turned into like you could upload music and stuff like that. And depending on how many followers you got, you know what I'm saying? If those people like that, they can like it or repost it to how many followers they got. And I thought that was genius. So I'm just like, all right, cool. And I was still getting like maybe 200 plays a week. You know what I'm saying? I still kind of monitored my SoundCloud like over like my hiatus or whatever. And I was like, all right, cool. Well, this is definitely what I'm using next time I come back. I used to use Reverb Nation. You heard that?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Reverb Nation used to be the stuff, but it's kind of super complicated. Like, you go on there, there's like a million different options to pick from.
Right.
Versus SoundCloud, where it's just simple, user-friendly.
So once Don't took off like that, what was the moves then? Did you have Neil in your life? Like, how did you manage what you were going to then do at that point?
I actually met Neil in like January. My boy Rich the Barber introduced me to him. He was at Revolt, and he was like, yo, you in L.A.? And we just went out to, like, a bunch of labels started to fly me out to different places and stuff. Okay. So when I was in LA, I went and met up with Neil, and we've been working ever since.
What were those meetings like, meeting these execs?
It was cool. Some of them were just like, okay, I like what you got. You know what I mean? Just kind of like not really feeling it or whatever, just whatever. I don't know.
So what clicked with you and Neil that you felt like, okay, this is somebody? Because you had experience. You said like signing the indie labels. Like, why did you decide that what was right to work with him? You think?
I don't know. He just understood. He just gets it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you meet a lot of people in life, some that just don't get it, and then the people that get it, those are the ones you click with. It's like, yeah, you get everything. You get my vision. You know what I'm saying? It's just like some of the other people I was messing with just didn't get it.
How important was the beginning of your vision? Like, you seem to still have sort of a mysterious vibe to you, right? You don't do a lot of interviews. You don't like doing videos a lot. You don't like a lot of images. Like, you're very selective of what content that you put out. Like, was that always your vision of how you wanted to put yourself out there?
Yeah, because I just feel like I don't want to be like all over the internet for real. And like the whole fame thing, I'm still getting used to it. So it's just like I don't want to be like super famous. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
I know that it comes with like having money and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard. I don't know, but I wish that I could just. My dream was to just be a songwriter. You know what I'm saying? And to just write from behind the scenes and then just be able to watch my music come to life with another artist, like, you know what I'm saying? And then just be able to just go to stores and nobody know who I am.
What don't you like about it? Like,
I'm kind of shy, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird whenever people just come up to me and just be like, especially when people like put their cameras all up in my face and just, you know what I mean?
try to Snapchat
flashes.
Don't try to Snapchat him. Don't be run up on Tiller. Snapchat him real crazy.
Yo, what's your connection to Philadelphia, man? Because I hear you talk about that a lot in your music.
Actually, I just went to Philly one time.
Really?
And well, I mean, I've been to Philly a few times after that, but the first time I went up there is when I met. I don't even know why I went up there.
You weren't living there?
No, I wasn't living there. We just drove up there like for whatever reason, and then when we got up there, like I was in a movie theater, and then that's when I talked to Timbaland. So,
okay. Because this whole time I'm thinking, okay, this guy, he was doing a lot of driving. You tell you drove from where you were to Miami.
Oh, no, I never drove to Miami.
Wait, where were you driving
Louisville to Lexington.
Okay, there you
Kentucky road.
That's Kentucky, yeah.
Kentucky.
Like what, hour and a half, you said, right? 2 hours, something like that?
It depends on how fast you drive. So, yeah. It's like a straight shot, no turns at all. So, yeah, I'll be going there.
Gotcha.
But wait, so going back, so then you get Neil, you're armed and loaded, and then Tim comes back, and I guess then Drake pops in the picture. Like, take me into that situation of where you're going, how you about to make the biggest decision of your life.
Right. So I'm back in Louisville after the whole Timbaland thing. I'm just like, all right, cool. I got to grind. I got to keep going. Get a new laptop. So got a new laptop. I'm just like, all right, cool. And I'm making songs, and you know, I'm remixing like OVO artist songs and stuff because those are like my favorite things at the time. Like. I think he hit me up. Drake hit me up like right after I remixed like Party Next Door and the McConan song. And like the next morning, like I woke up and he followed me on Twitter and I was just like, oh And so I hit him up and you know what I mean? He was just like, I asked him for advice and stuff, and then he called me like 3 days later. It was just when he dropped the If You're Reading This, It's Too Late.
Wow.
So I was like, nah, he's on the wave right now. He's not about to hit me up. He's about to be super busy. So he hit me up 3 days later, and it was just like, yo, just giving me advice and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
And you met with 40 too, right?
I met with 40. I was like maybe like, I don't know, a month or two later. And I was in L.A. He was like, yo, it was like Coachella time, and he invited me to the crib. And I went all the way out there. Like, I didn't think Drake was going to be there because of the Coachella and stuff. Yeah. And next thing you know, Drake just showed up and pulled up out of nowhere.
Wow.
So how serious did you consider making the OVO move?
It was serious because that was what I wanted to sign to. Yeah. I was like, this is what it's supposed to be. I gotta sign to Drake. Like, you know what I mean? It just felt like fate. It just felt like fate. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I was signed to indie label before, and based on like my like emotions and stuff, and I was young and naive, and I was just like, whatever. You know what I mean? I'll sign it. You know what I mean? I'm doing music for free right now, and this dude's telling me if I sign to him, you know what I mean, he'll put some money into my career, and I still make music. Nothing changing. Might as well. You know what I mean? I didn't look at the contract. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff, whatever. So anyway, so now this time around, since I got a daughter and I'm a grown man now, I can't just be putting my name on anything and just be like, oh, okay, yeah, I want to do this, so let me just do it. Nah. Yeah. So you know what I mean? My manager and my lawyer and everybody, we came together. It was like a group decision type thing. Like it was like, yo, we think this is best for you. So
where'd you guys meet? What was the big? Did you have it was like a hotel or something? Like what was the?
We was in Miami.
Oh, so there's the Miami story. Okay.
Yeah, I've been in Miami a few times before I was in Miami with RCA and stuff.
So how did RCA get competitive and come to the table? You think it's because Drake showed so much interest that they came and was
definitely.
Like, because I heard you got a very nice situation that a lot of new artists don't get.
I know.
This type of situation.
Thank God. Thank God for real.
You're like, this Neil guy's pretty good. All right.
Yeah.
What was that mean? Was that when you guys sat in Miami? Was it like a formal thing sitting down, or you just kind of
not really? Because they know that I like going down there, so they was just like, "Yo, go down here." I recorded a few songs. We mixed some songs for the project. Then we went up to New York and came up to here, and that's where it happened. It's crazy because I remember like, I never really told nobody this, but I remember like the day before I signed to RCA, I was just in my room just listening to Drake, Feared by Drake. Wow. Just trying to think of like all the stuff he was going through, all the emotions he was feeling when he had all these people, you know what I mean? Because I'm sure like he could have signed to Drake. Yeah, I mean, he could have signed to Jay-Z or Wayne, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, dang, what do I do? This is stressful, you know what I'm saying? This is my favorite rapper here. I don't want to ruin, you know what I'm saying? And just think about that type of stuff. I was stressed, man. I was so stressed. And like even when I signed to RCA, like I told people, I said, yo, I don't want nobody smiling, I don't want nobody take no pictures. None of that.
In the press shots.
Right.
None of that.
And did you let Drake know, or how did that come out? Because when you hung out that time with the photos, that was after you signed, right?
Yeah, they wasn't salty at all about me signing to RCA. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's dope.
They were just like, he invited me. It was like a month later. He invited me to the club. And he was like, yo, loving the new music. You know what I'm saying? Because I sent him a few songs from Trap Soul, and he was fucking with it. And he invited me to the club, and we turned up. Future.
So when things started to happen,
the future,
right?
Don't step on that beat. That's the future.
So when things started to happen for you, so what did like your baby mama's mama say and things like that?
You know what? I didn't even talk to her. Like after she like kicked me out and stuff, I was just like, I just didn't talk to her. I like really resented her, and like a part of me, like I'm the type person like I forgive. I don't forget, you know what I'm saying? But like I just can't hold grudges, you know what I mean? Because like I think it's like a sin to hold a grudge. You know, it's not good to hold grudges. So like I remember my daughter's first birthday party. No, it was the second birthday party. I'm tripping. Second birthday party, I went up to her. I gave her a hug. I said, look, there's no hard feelings. I love you. Don't worry about it.
But she kicked you out because of some lease or something like that?
Yeah, it was like some Section 8 type. You know what Section 8 is, right?
Yeah, of course.
It was like some stuff like that. Because I got a job at Papa John's, and they was trying to raise the rent. I was like, why? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get why shit is designed to make me struggle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the reason I'm getting a job at Papa John's is so I don't have to, you know what I mean, be living check to check. And then they was like, oh, no, we're raising the rent now because you got a better job. So now I'm still broke. Like, I was like, all right. So I told her, I was like, yo, don't tell them that I'm living here. And she was like, no, I can go to jail for 100 years. And I was just like, and she said, you got to go. And I said, all right, cool. I was like, all right.
So 100 years beat out.
Right? For fucking lease. But did your daughter's mom, like, how did she react to that?
I mean, you know, she was upset because I was sleeping in my car. I tried not to tell them that I was sleeping in my car, but you know what I mean? It was whatever.
You had a hell of a life. Your house burnt down at a young age?
Yeah, that was my fault, though.
What do you mean? You was playing with the matches or something?
I was playing with matches. Actually, it was my cousin's fault. I hope he hears this because I'm never going to. But it was my cousin's fault. I was playing with matches in the living room, and I was just like lighting this candle. It was a lighter and a candle, and I was lighting the candle. I was like, oh, this is dope. I'm like, I don't know, 7 or something. And he turns around. We was watching Ninja Turtles, all in our whitey tighties and shit. And now he turned around and was like, oh, let me play with that. I was like, nah, we got to put it up. I'm the oldest, so I'm just like, nah, we ain't doing that. And he was like, man, you always trying to have fun without us. And I was like, here, man, quit. You know what I mean? Quit bitching. So I gave it to him. And he started playing. He was like, let's go in a room with it. So we went in the room. We turned off the lights and stuff. We go under the bed. He went under the bed, and I was like, all right, it's my turn. So I went under the bed, and I'm just like looking for monsters, whatever. I'm seeing all my old toys. I'm just like, oh, I ain't seen that toy. And then next thing you know, I see something hanging from the bed, and I went up close, and it was a string. It said, it went up into the bed. I pulled back. I said, yo, we got to put it away. And then my cousin started arguing with me again. He's just like, yo, nah, why you see it? You always trying to do that, blah, blah, blah. So, you know what I mean? We literally fighting over just like this. And my little brother's in the middle. He's like, he was like, Bryson, Derek, look. And we looked over, and the bed was on fire.
Oh shit.
Man.
The bed burned for like 20 minutes straight
bed.
because we was scared to wake my granny up and tell her that it was on fire.
Wow.
She was asleep, and I was like, who's going to tell her? We just like argued.
Who's going to tell the bed is on
So I
fire?
said, hey, man, mom. And she said, what, baby? I said, the house is on fire. She said, what? So she went in the kitchen and started getting pots, filling up with water, trying to throw it out.
Old school.
And we all just ended up running out the house. And I remember the chief of the fire department or whatever gave us the longest speech. He was talking to us like we was his kids. What the hell's wrong with y'all?
He probably wish he could have spanked you, put hands on you, right?
He was mad.
But your grandma, because your mom passed away when you were young. So your grandma raised you?
My granny raised me.
Oh, okay.
You know, my house burned down. I think that was kind of a blessing because we lived in the hood, in the ghetto. Like right after my house burned down, we moved to like where all the white people was and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Upgrade.
Yeah, upgraded like suburbs.
But she put you onto a lot of music. I know you got hip to it, you know, from Rockstar Games and stuff like that. But
yeah,
she put you onto like some of the oldies.
You know your shit, man.
I mean, hey, you're Bryson Tiller.
Yeah, nah, yeah. She put me. I mean, I was just more so just listening to it, and obviously I loved it. You know what I mean? Because it's great music. You know what I'm saying? But I never like went to it myself. Now I do because I'm older. I'm just like thinking about all the songs she used to play. I'm just like, I want to listen to that song because it just reminds me of the old times. You know what I'm saying? But my uncle's the one that really turned me on to R&B.
Like what artists do you remember?
Omarion. I mean, obviously, like, you know, Boyz II Men, Drew Hill, 112.
Nice. Yeah.
And then he started playing some younger dudes. He was like, yo, listen to this young cat right here, Omarion. You know, I heard B2K and stuff, but then Omarion went solo. And I love the album, the old album. And I just started bumping. And I was like, yo, I want to sing now. I just started teaching myself how to sing. And Chris Brown came out with Run It. And then
you tried to dance too?
I was a Chris Brown fan, huh?
Did you try to dance too?
Yeah, I tried, but I did bad. So I was like, nah, I'm not doing that again.
But you actually work with Chris Brown too. You got like some super big remix coming out or something like that?
Yeah, but that's not it. I don't even know what that was about. Like, I think he wanted me to get on I think he was just more so like talking like, yo, these are the people that I want to get on the song.
Oh,
you know
okay.
Or something like that.
But he used one of your songs for his album.
Yeah.
Did that surprise you? Did you know that was going down?
You know, I think it was in my SOB show, the first time I ever performed in New York. Actually, this is my first actual show. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you. It was my first show, actually my show. And my bad. Dang, I forget. I feel bad. I feel bad. Mark Pitts, my bad. Damn, I forgot Mark Pitts' name. Mark Pitts came down. He was like, yo.
You didn't miss it. You got it.
Mark Pitts was like, yo. Chris he liked the song. He gonna cut it for the album. I was like, what? So that was like great news before I went out. I was so hyped. You know what I mean? So that was like,
before the show. SOBs.
Right before the show. Yeah, I found out then. So he told me.
That's a good thing to hear before you're about to hit the stage.
That was crazy.
Why certain songs didn't make the album? Like Just Another Interlude. Why is that not on there?
Because like that was a song that I was like, I was eager to put some music out. I was ready for this Trap Soul stuff to be over. Like I wanted to like make Trap Soul way longer than what it is. You know what I'm saying? But the label was like, nah, we got to turn it by this date, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just like, all right, cool. And thing is, at first I wanted to rush and put it out, and then they was telling me that we had to drop it then. So I was just like, all right, cool. Well, I finished the project. The last 2 songs I recorded was 502 Come Up. What else? Oh, yeah, the interlude, the open interlude. And then I did Self-Righteous, but that one didn't go because of like sample reasons. And then so after I did all those songs and it was done, I was like, all right, It's done. Now I need to go like find another one of my beats and make a song so I can put on SoundCloud. So I made that song, and it ended up like catching fire low key. And I was like, dang, I wish we could have put it on. It was too late.
But which song?
Just Another Interlude.
Oh yeah, I love that.
It's on my SoundCloud. Yeah.
Biggie, you my nigga.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That one.
Yo, who's the chick on Overtime, man? Is that a real conversation?
I don't know, man. I don't know where that came from.
It sounds like a very West Indian Bajan accent. Don't choke up on me, too.
My bad. Nah,
Can I tell you about the big fight? And I got to leave soon, but we had the big fight, man. We did the Rap Radar year-end list. It's the biggest fight we had the whole year. Weekend against you, man. R&B album of the year, man. We ended up going with Weekend, but Beat Out was very mad. Beat Out was very mad at me, man.
Nah, man.
The whole holidays he didn't speak to me, man.
Yeah, no gift for you.
Hey, Weekend's my dog, man.
Yeah, I saw you playing video games and shit.
Yeah, he's cool. He's like one of the coolest people I met thus far.
Wow.
In the industry.
Big Sean too, right?
Yeah, Big Sean's cool.
Yeah.
You still got the kicks from Drake?
Yeah, of course. You know, it's crazy. I was gonna wear them on this whole tour because I performed that song where I was like, got the kicks. But I was just like looking at them before I went on tour, and I was like, I can't wear these. I'm tripping. Like these, I got to put them in a glass case. It's like, I told him, I was like, yo, these are like a Grammy for me. I don't think you really know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? You're just like, yo, here's some shoes. I like your music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's monumental for me.
That's dope, man.
So next album, man, you working yet on it?
Yeah.
On it?
Yeah, I started on it last time I was in LA before the tour and stuff. So as soon as the tour is over, I'm getting right back to it. I got so many beats that I'm just excited to work on.
No days off.
And you think you might include some features, or you still trying to figure that out?
Yeah, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal. You know, man, I gotta have features on this one. You know what I'm saying? Just some of the people I met with.
I was gonna say, like, who do you want to work with more than?
I want to work with Jasmine Sullivan.
That would be nice.
I just want to mix the vibes. Jasmine's a beast, man.
Yeah, she's underrated.
I swear. That's what I told her. She was surprised that I liked her music.
Really?
'Cause like when she came to one of my shows, I think it was in Philly. I was opening for Travis actually, so it was Travis's show. But she came and I was like, yo, I love your music, and she was just like, oh, okay. I was just like, what? Like, you don't think? And she was like, nah, I just didn't think the young people
y'all
like
the
music.
same age.
I was like, what? I don't know.
And of course, Dreams. Is that still on your wish list?
Yeah, definitely.
It's kind of crazy. Like, you're a Dream fan, and you both like Contra. His name of his label's Contra Paris.
For real?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, there you go.
Contra's the shit,
Yeah.
man. It's like one of my favorite games.
How do you think you're going to touch things content-wise? Because a lot of the Trap Soul is about, like, issues with women and problems in relationships. And
I got a lot of things to talk about on this next project.
Man. Stop taking other people's girls, man.
Post-Trap Soul. That's what this next project is going to be about.
What's the biggest change you think that you feel like you definitely want to reflect in your lyrics that's going on, that you feel like it draws you to?
The way my family acts towards me now.
Oh, yeah.
The way my old friends act towards me now. You know what I mean? Just the people that are trying to take my money from me. A lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm even going to say for me, for my daughter, like, just to make that person feel bad if they listen to this. But yeah, that's who they taking it from, because that's who I did it for. But, you know what I mean? I just want to talk about all this stuff on the next project. You know what I mean? All of this stuff that I've been dealing with, like, afterwards.
Wow.
And, of course, love and, love issues and stuff.
What do you think your approach to Love Records is different than, what makes your approach different than other artists out there that people are connecting to?
I don't really hear nobody saying about love for real like that. Like, when they do, it's just like, I don't know. They don't really feel it as much as they feel the ones where they turn it up. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll do the love songs, but you could tell that they like the other ones better, like the turn up songs more.
So there's no,
like, they'll give those more energy than they do the love songs. You know what I'm saying? It seems like.
Well, what do you draw that from? That it's sincere when you do it. Where do you draw that from?
I don't know. I don't. I think it's because, like, I never really got that many girls for real. So, like, I just think about all the girls that just be trying to talk to me now, and it's just, I don't know, like, I just have a different perspective. Ever since my daughter was born, I just have a different perspective on everything. Like, I just view everything differently now. You know what I'm saying?
You said that was the biggest thing, that fatherhood pushed you to be
a
better man.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't.
That was perfect.
We got to get out of here, man. Everybody's waving the thing. Everybody's waving it, man.
Before we get out of here, Bryson, you got to sign my bat, man.
Is that a Louisville Slugger?
Knock him out the park. There you go.
A Louisville Slugger, baby. We got to sign it, man.
There you go.
Yo, you got to come to Louisville to There's a factory where they make these. Like,
oh yeah,
it's the biggest bat in the world. It's like sitting right outside.
Oh wow.
And then you can see how they make them and stuff.
See, this was in my car from when people act up, but I'm gonna put frame it.
My grandma used to have a little tiny one with Hank Aaron one.
Hank Aaron
in her purse.
That Babe Ruth bat.
The baby bats. Baby bats.
There we go.
Well, we're gonna hit the show tonight, man.
Of course, we'll be there, man.
Webster Hall, back to back, Radio City in April, right?
Yep.
What's the dates on Radio City?
April 21st and 22nd.
April 21st, April 22nd, but not just New York. Yo, before we go, the home, how crazy the hometown show is gonna be, man? When you go back to Kentucky on that tour,
I might bring one of those out on tell somebody to throw a ball at me and just smack everyone.
The guest list is closed. We good?
Yeah, the guest list gonna be crazy.
Word.
All right, Bryson, thank you, sir. We appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming through, man.
Rap
Radar Podcast.
Yeah.